Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 16th. You have this Co-Create card and this Go the Distance card. I feel like you've had this card with me in the past, in the recent past, I should say. And so the Go the Distance card kind of represents going to that point where you would normally give up on something and going like further, really seeing something through to the end. So I would definitely do that. The Co-Create card could say that, and also with this Ace of Pentacles here, that, you could be getting an opportunity at this time, and you might not know what exactly to do with the opportunity or how to get it to go the distance. And that Co-Create card would just say, like, allow other people to help you. And that's kind of the feeling I get here. And you even have the King of Swords. It's funny, you have the Hierophant and the King of Swords, and both cards are cards of like education in some way. The Hierophant is like an educator. The King of Swords is a person who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, or who can help you, do something that you're trying to do. And, I always look at him as like the true mentor in the tarot, for example. So, I get this feeling here that you could be getting an opportunity at this time. And, the opportunity could lead to great things. But, you also have the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands showing up here, which could... It's kind of like making me feel like you don't think you can do something that you probably could find like a very easy solution to, as in getting the help from another person. So, if you're trying to accomplish anything and there are blockages, it might just require you to find a person who knows more than you, or to find like an expert or a mentor, or, whatever. And again, this doesn't even have to cost money, and it doesn't even have to be like something that you do in person. I have mentors on YouTube that, I just watch, so again, this could be anything, but I would definitely dig. I've been saying for the last 2 years that we're really in a time where anything we want, we really have to dig for it. So yes, it's going to require work and research, but, trust me, the results will be worth it with the Ace of Pentacles here, but really good. You have the Hermit. It does seem to me like it's a little bit of an introspective week for you as well, Taurus. I mean, Eight of Cups, even that Five of Pentacles. But the Hermit, he is in introspection mode. He has climbed to the top of this mountain. He's been through a dark night of the soul. So he's really been through a lot. And he is kind of like protecting himself at the top of this mountain in some ways. And so again, I just feel that it could be a little bit more of like an introspective week. A lot of mental stuff going on for you this week is what I feel here. Not in a bad way. I think you're just like thinking, planning, strategizing, all that other stuff is popping into my head with this card. You have the Knight of Swords. Again, don't turn around is kind of like the energy I get here. Sometimes I feel like the Knight of Swords is, coming into a reading, and then he gets to whatever point he shows up in the reading. In this case, he gets up to the Hierophant, and he's running back to the past. And so I really feel the Go the Distance card is encouraging follow through. It's like, when we get very close to the things that we want to accomplish, sometimes I think we run away. And I feel like that Eight of Swords is saying, don't turn around. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Swords. Definitely a victory here. Ace of Swords can also represent a sacrifice. And sometimes I think we have to like let go of one thing so we can have something better with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, it cuts both ways. We also have to be focused with the Ace of Swords, which is definitely a word you've been getting with me for the past few weeks at least. So the Ace of Swords is laser-like focus. It's being focused on exactly what you want and nothing else. So I would stay focused with that Ace of Swords for sure. With the Hermit, you have the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Wands twice here. This could be internal conflict because we have the Hermit, obviously, which is a more internal, introspective energy. The good news is that we have the Five of Wands in the good stuff. So if you are dealing with any internal conflicts or, inner battles or anything like that, it looks to me like you could be healing those things this week, or, you could just be overcoming them in some way. With the Two of Swords, yes, you have to expand. It is scary. We are in a scary time in the sense that, I think people, it's like, I don't know, the past few years have been very weird. I don't know, I feel different, right? I feel like things are weird in the world. Like, I can't quite put my finger on it, like what the difference is, but I think like doing, stepping into the unknown, having to do something where you don't know the details can be a little bit scary. And the Two of Wands is all about leaving a comfort zone. He needs to get out into the world and see how things are done. And, that's what I would encourage you to do with that Two of Wands, is like get out into the world and experience new things. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you at this time, you have this Change Your Tune card and this Intuition card. We are in a very intuitive time. Like every single reading that I did for the end of the year was all about intuition, listening to your intuition. Again, the Hermit, it can be a very good card for listening to your intuition. You're putting yourself in hermit mode so that you can quiet the noise and listen. The Change Your Tune card, I don't know, you've had this story for at least 2 years with me that you're changing your story. So I think that a lot of Tauruses are focused on changing the story of who you see yourself to be. And that could include walking away from things that no longer serve you. Again, you can't, if you're trying to change your story, obviously your story can't be the same. So, that might include walking away from things that no longer fulfill you or that you no longer enjoy. And there is a lot of kind of unknown energy in your reading here, Taurus. Like the Eight of Cups, he has no clue where he's going. He's walking into total darkness, and he is just hoping for a brighter future, but he doesn't know that he is going to find fulfillment. He just knows that what he is walking away from is no longer serving him, or it doesn't provide him with anything. And so he's not going to cheat himself out of something. He has in a lot of ways, you could say that the Eight of Cups, he has a true abundance mindset. He isn't afraid of going against the grain. He isn't afraid of walking away from something that isn't right, that still could be providing him something. Those Eight Cups still could be providing him with something, but to him, whatever it's providing isn't right. So he's not going to stay stuck in a situation that isn't right. And I definitely get that for you. I mean, you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles isn't right. Five of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles is calling attention to your weaknesses when, again, I always say fives have very easy solutions. The solution to the Five of Pentacles is do not call attention to your weaknesses. It is about doubling down on your strengths and focusing on what you're good at. So I think that would be a good exercise for you this week as well. I also think that the Five of Pentacles can represent a place of sanctuary. There's this church behind these people, and all they have to do is go inside that church, and they will be protected from the elements. I think for you, your church is maybe a person with the King of Swords here. And like I said, the King of Swords can be any type of mentor. It can be an expert, a person you look up to. It could be your parents. It could be a friend. It could be anything. But I kind of feel that there is a person who has answers that could really help you, really could help take you to the next level. And that's exactly what I would do. You have the Hierophant, which is you. So this is just you showing up in a very strong position in this reading, which is good. I wouldn't really call it a challenging reading. I would call it an introspective reading, which could be challenging because, maybe you're feeling like you want to be more quiet, or, maybe you're feeling like you want to be more on your own or something this week. And so it could feel a little lonely, although, I kind of feel like you're choosing the loneliness, and that's not always a bad thing. Like I said, the Hermit, maybe he needs to shut out the noise so he can actually listen to his higher self. So is this really a bad thing? I would say no. You're probably just getting answers. But, the Hierophant is kind of like the highest version of you. And it's like you're stepping into your true power here, Taurus. Or you're trying to get there, right? You have two cards here. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Judgment card and the Eight of Wands. Yes, once you no longer accept something, things will move forward very, very quickly. Again, I think the only, I think we receive what we're willing to accept, of course. So the Judgment card, these people are standing in these coffins, which represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And it's like once they step into their new life with the Eight of Wands, things will move forward very, very quickly. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Six of Pentacles. This is actually pretty good. Your finances could be improving, or things, there could be kind of like, I almost want to say the word breakthrough. I don't really think this is a breakthrough. I think you're maybe getting better with your finances and just, learning how to use them in a better way. Now, if you are getting an opportunity here with the Ace of Pentacles, I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire overnight, but, I definitely feel you could be embracing an opportunity that has the potential to increase your future finances. Now, the Ace of Pentacles is just a card of potential, which means nothing. We will get out of the Ace of Pentacles what we put into it. With the Hierophant, definitely need to leave a comfort zone, right? I mean, you have 3 comfort zone cards here. Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. These are all cards of like staying stuck in a comfort zone. Even the Eight of Cups, he could be walking away, again, from something that provides him with comfort, but it's just not correct. So Four of Pentacles, he's holding on too tightly to what he has, which is preventing him from having what could be. So, there could be something much, much better that comes in for him, but he has to kind of release what he has to be able to get that. And again, we have the Ace of Swords, which is a sacrifice. Next, you have this Underworld card. It says, awaken your... This is coming up in the area of messages from your future self. It says, awaken your inner witch to maximize your potential and connect with the universe. You have this Explosive Situations. It says, the destruction will allow new growth to emerge and shape the new future. I'm wondering if there's going to be something weird that happens this week, like globally. The Tower, you don't have the Tower, but, I'm just saying, the Tower has shown up for almost everyone, and you have this Explosive Situations card, so it's kind of making me think that either this week or next week there could be some weird global Tower moment or something like that. We've already seen a bunch, but, there could be something, so, keep your head on straight is what I would say there. I would also say that, again, obviously this card says that the destruction of something will lead to new growth. And again, Eight of Cups, Ace of Swords, it's clear to me that you're cutting something out, which is destruction, and you're moving towards something new. You have the Nine of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. I really feel that you have to, again, let go of the past story. There could be a story that's been following you around your whole life as well, and I really feel this could be a good week to get to the bottom of that story. Like if you've never felt good enough to have something, or if something happened to you in your childhood that makes you believe that you're not good enough to have something, like I kind of feel like doing that type of work would be the best use of your energy this week. And I think it could be something that really sets you free in the future. And this seems to be like a process that you are going through, because again, this is showing up in the area of messages from your future self, which would be you in the future. So, this might not happen overnight, but the Nine of Wands is about not giving up. And I definitely don't think that you should give up on something that you are working on or creating. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords, a card of knowledge and wisdom, of course. He has a lot of knowledge and wisdom, and he's able to use that knowledge and wisdom for success. And so, again, I really get the feeling that this is a person. It could be any gender as well. I think they're just showing up as the King of Swords. But it's just like a person that either you know or you look up to. And I think getting information from this person, whether that's like literally in person or, like I said, you watch their YouTube videos or you read their books or whatever, I think like finding that type of inspiration is kind of what you also need this week. I think it'll be very beneficial for you. You have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. It's kind of funny because in some ways I feel like this reading is saying that in the future you are going to be saying to yourself, like, what was I so afraid of? Which I kind of feel is a good thing, because I kind of feel like you could be finding success in the future, obviously, and you could be looking back on your life and saying, like, all that fear held me back for so long. And so I kind of feel like the Eight of Swords should be motivating you and should be saying, setting yourself free now is what needs to happen with this energy. So I would set yourself free. With the Nine of Wands, you have the King of Wands here. You have three kings. You almost have four kings. If we get the fourth king, that would be like the Emperor. So you could be attracting love into your life. Although I think this reading, as usual with you, Taurus, this is kind of like an all about you reading. I think that it's talking about your inner voice, or, the story that you tell yourself. The King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really making something happen, which clearly you're going to have to do. King of Swords, you have the Six of Wands. I'm telling you, this is like guaranteed success right here. It's like finding the answer is what you need to do, to any problem, issue, or it doesn't even have to be a problem. You could just be trying to improve your life. The Six of Wands is success. So I would be looking for answers this week if I were you with the Six of Wands, because, and from, smarter people or smart people in general, because I think it really could lead to a lot of success for you in the future. The Six of Wands is also a card of attention, and so I think that, really, I think everybody needs to get as much attention as they possibly can right now. We're in a time of attention, and now I would, of course, get positive attention, not negative attention, but, I think we will see plenty of people over the coming years that get tons of negative attention, but I would focus on positive attention with this card. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Strength card. More inner work, she is working on herself. This lion represents her inner voice or her inner critic or her inner demons. But she is getting that lion to submit to her. So I think a lot of you are working on quieting that inner voice as well that tells you can't do something, or that tells you you're not good enough to do something. And, this is good to get the strength card because it basically says you are developing the strength to be able to do that. We also have the Five of Pentacles right here, and the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. He is choosing who to give his energy to on this Six of Pentacles. So it's like, it's kind of like that story, which wolf do you feed, right? And I think that the Six of Pentacles is kind of saying that. It's like, which wolf are you going to feed? Which thing are you going to give energy to in your life? And I think you need to focus on the positive, of course, with that Six of Pentacles. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says the energy is gaining momentum. Yes, definitely. You have this card that says work through your fears. Yes, the whole entire reading. It says that, really, I think this reading is just saying you are overcoming a fear that has been, getting in the way. And maybe this is the week that you have a realization as to like what that fear is. And that could be a good thing as well, because again, when you can see it, you can learn about it. I always say the quickest way to overcome a fear is education. Usually we are only afraid of things we don't understand. So I think that education, learning from another person, or even teaching yourself something about something that you're afraid of, which could be anything. It could be success. It could be, what will happen if I, walk away from this situation with the Eight of Cups. Again, learning will remove the fear. You have the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Five of Wands. Nine of Cups is a card of total fulfillment. So again, the Eight of Cups, we go from the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. So it looks to me like if you do this work that you are going to get to the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups can also represent fulfillment or wish fulfillment. So I think for a lot of you that, whatever you've been through is leading to something greater with the Nine of Cups, or is leading to fulfillment. You have the King of Cups. King of Cups is about your emotions. It seems to me like it's a very emotional time, which makes sense. Mars retrograde, Neptune and Pisces. We have a lot going on that could be leading to people feeling emotional, or, trying to work with their emotions or whatever. So I think a lot of you could be kind of trying to conquer your emotions with the Strength card. And not in a bad way. It's like, the King of Cups has explored his emotions to a very deep level. And because of that, he is not controlled by his emotions, because he is the one that is in control of his emotions, which you could be doing. I do kind of feel like this could be love that's coming in for you as well. Although, again, this reading's all about you. You have the Five of Wands, again, coming up in the good stuff. So it seems to me like you're overcoming whatever this conflict is with the Five of Wands in the Hermit. It would definitely be an inner conflict. I think the story in this reading is very simple. I think that this is a week where you could be overcoming something internal, or some sort of internal conflict, right? With the Nine of Cups, you have the Seven of Wands. Yes, protect this at all costs. The Nine of Cups with the Seven of Wands would represent protecting your peace, or it would say that when you get to this good place, make sure that you draw boundaries so that you don't leave that place again, right? So I think you're creating a better place for yourself. With the King of Cups, you have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. A lot of new beginning energy here. We have two aces. You have the Judgment card. You have this card. So I think a lot of you could be taking a leap of faith in a new direction. Even the Eight of Cups would, kind of represent the same thing. He doesn't, we don't really know what the Eight of Cups is walking towards. We don't know what he's going towards. He doesn't know what he is walking towards. He only knows that his situation isn't right. So we don't necessarily know what you are walking towards, but you have the Nine of Cups. So I would say you're kind of taking a leap of faith towards fulfillment. With the Five of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a childlike energy in the area of the good stuff. It would represent, focusing on fulfillment, happiness, joy, peace, kind of like moving more towards things that bring those feelings into your life. And that's definitely what I would do. You have a star card that says guaranteed success. There you go. I would ask yourself, I think I said this to someone else this week, but I would be asking yourself, like, what would it look like if everything went 110% according to plan? There's a book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. He says, what would it look like if everything went 110% according to plan? And I haven't read that book in a while, and so I don't really remember what the whole point of that exercise is, other than, I think that if you start thinking that way, then things start becoming more perfect. Not that anything will ever be perfect, but, I kind of feel like it's like there's nothing to fear, because you are going to be successful in whatever the Ace of Pentacles is. You have this mountain. It says major obstacle to overcome. I mean, you're standing at the top of the mountain with the Hermit, so wouldn't even worry about it. I think you already have. You have 3 cards here. I always clarify these monthly cards. This one says December. We're in the month of December. You have this grapes card that says go out and have fun. And you also have this happiness card as well. So clearly, again, if you're stuck in your head or any of that other stuff, doing fun things is, I'm a big fan of doing that, of getting out of the house, doing something, going and having fun, enjoying your hobbies. Because when you do that, you kind of get out of your head and it provides answers. And that's exactly what I would do here. Even if you think you can't do something fun, I would do it anyway. And I would focus on happiness. You have this older man card that says dealings or relationships with an older man. You also have this wheel. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. I kind of feel like that's part of the challenge that you have to overcome is that, again, your story has been the same. Judgment. You've been standing in your coffin for too long, and it's time for a transformation. The older man card could be the King of Swords, which, the King of Swords can be someone more mature than you or older than you, and they could help you provide answers. So, that's what I'd be looking for. You have the stork. It says news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Ace of Pentacles. I would definitely say this is, I think this reading is all about you. So I think the opportunities you could be getting are like financial, or they could just have to do with your life in general, and you're definitely birthing something new. But pretty straightforward here, Taurus. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.